Hello and welcome to the weekly process where we are processing life 1 week at a time using expressive writing, which is a form of therapeutic journaling. And today I just want to let you know that this is going to be the last live session for now, just for now, because I've decided to create some more focused, specific sort of therapeutic journaling workshops and classes for you, where we're going to be focused on specific topics. So while I work on those and create those, I'm going to be pausing the lives, but I will come back to them at another point as soon as I've created those groups for us and I've got those going. So for now, let's just focus on offloading and processing the week that has just gone. So before we do that, I'm going to bring up the feeling wheel so we can get a sense of how we're feeling at the moment. Moving into Christmas or the holidays, whatever you are doing over the next 2 weeks, I hope that you are gearing yourselves up and feeling ready as you can feel for those holidays, and hopefully you're having a break coming up as well, so that's good to look forward to. But it can mean that leading up to having a break, we have some really intense weeks while we're trying to get everything done and finished before the holidays. So it might be feeling quite intense and pressured for you at the moment. It may not do, that's great too. But if it is, then I just want to invite you to feel like you can offload the week that you have just gone through. All right, and we'll be processing what we have offloaded in the second writing session. But for now, let's just get a sense of how we feel, okay, as we're moving into this offload session. So you could choose a word from this wheel here, or use your own word to describe how you feel right now. I tend to notice first how activated I am. So whether I'm feeling quite activated, apprehensive, anxious, excited, or whether I'm feeling quite flat, calm, flat, low. So I get a sense of that first, and then I think about whether that feeling feels a good one or a not so pleasant one. And that kind of helps me to kind of pinpoint that feeling that I've got and just put a word on it. It doesn't matter which one, just put a word on it. All right, so that's how we are feeling right now, and we'll come back to that after we have offloaded and processed the week that has just gone. So if you get your notepad and your pen, or if you're writing digitally, that's fine too. We're going to go into the first offload session, which is going to be 7 minutes. I've separated into 5 and 2 sections, but it's 7 minutes where I'd like to invite you just to offload, just dump everything on the page that is present for you right now. Don't worry about structuring it. Don't worry about writing too much about any one thing. You're aiming to just get out onto the page everything that's in your head right now. And we will be picking a particular thing and processing it in our next writing session. So try to keep writing for 7 minutes. If you run out of things, what you can do is pick up the thread of something that you're curious about and keep writing for the rest of the time. So I'll see you on the other side of this first session for 7 minutes. Hello, welcome back after our first writing session, which was our offload session. And I wonder how that was for you. This can go in different directions. This first offload session, so it can end up being a list of things. It can be where you take one idea and you just go with it, and that's fine too. Um, or it can be a free writing exercise where you just keep writing and you don't really, not really necessarily focusing on one thing, but you're just writing whatever comes out. And that's absolutely fine. Um, that is what it ended up being for me today, which was different to last week. So today it was more of a free writing exercise, and then I've got a few things that came out there. And so in our next session, which is going to be our processing session, we're going to pick out some themes from what we made a note of there in that first session. Just pick out some themes that you're curious about, any patterns that you noticed, anything that interested you. And we're just going to pick one of those and go with it and try to keep writing. But just before we do that, let's just pause and check in with ourselves, really. So let's just ground ourselves before we start moving into the next part of this process. So take a deep breath in and then let it out like a big sigh. So let out like a big sigh. So big breath in, imagine your stomach moving outwards with the breath. And out like a big sigh. And one more of those, big breath in and let it out like a big sigh. Just do a quick body scan, checking for any tension, any clenching anywhere, and just shake out that tension or clenching. One more big breath and let it out like a big sigh. Okay. So now we're going to go into the next writing session. 7 minutes. We're going to be processing. So just picking up something that interests you and going with it. And you could pick up on a feeling, you could pick up on a pattern, you could pick up on a behavior, you could pick up on a thought that came out there, or anything that caught your attention that you thought, oh, what is that? I just want to find out more about that. And it's all right to start with, I don't know. This has happened and I just don't know what that means, or I don't know why I did that, or you could just keep going with I don't know until something comes and go with that. And also, if you feel like you come to a natural stop halfway through, that's totally fine. If you can, I'd like to ask you to just try and keep writing. So use whatever you need to sort of get back into it. And that can just be, I don't know what to write. I've got nothing else to write. That's it. I'm finished. I've got nothing else to write. Keep writing that, even if you get annoyed, because that can lead you to somewhere. Just going back into it, just trying to, I suppose one expression is squeeze the lemon. So you're just trying to go back into the thing that you were writing about, to see if there's anything more in there, if there's anything you might have overlooked or not seen, or anything else that you're curious about with regards to that. It may not work, but sometimes there can be a little bit more there if we look beneath the surface of it. So I will see you in another 7 minutes. Let's do our processing session. Hello, welcome back after our processing session. So, how did you get on with that? Did you feel that you were able to follow the thread of something from the offload session and just write a bit more deeply about it? I wonder how you got on with that and whether you feel like you've moved through to a more deeper understanding of what that was that you were writing about or thinking about, whether you maybe move towards a resolution with that, or maybe set some action plans with regards to whatever that was. For mine, I picked up on one thread from that free writing exercise at the beginning. And I did actually get through to some actions that I wanted to take based on what I discovered, really, from that writing. So I was procrastinating about doing something and I wasn't sure quite why that was. There didn't seem to be an obvious reason for it. So that's what I wrote about. And at the end, I got to writing myself out 3 things that I could do about that thing to see if that helps me get over that. Putting that thing off. So I wonder how you got on with your writing. I hope that helped. Let's just re-rate how we feel right now. So if I bring the feeling wheel back up, just having a look at that. How activated do you feel right now? Where would you put yourself in terms of that activation? And does that feeling that you have right now feel pleasant one or unpleasant one? Or what word would you use to describe the way that you feel right now? And it doesn't matter what the word is, as long as it means something to you, that's fine. And then if you go back and compare how you felt at the beginning, is there a shift or a slight difference in that feeling? Do you notice anything different about the way that you feel now compared to how you felt at the beginning of the writing? There doesn't have to be a change, but what's really interesting if we start to get to notice those small little shifts within us, that can be really helpful. So we are at the end of our weekly process for this week, which has been a bit of a mad week, as I said in the newsletter. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do a live session last Sunday because we had no power. And also I am going to be doing some expressive writing, therapeutic journaling groups, as I said at the beginning. So I'm going to be working on those. So taking a break from doing the lives while I get those groups up and running. And then I will be back doing the lives. And what I might do in the meantime is try and upload some videos for that weekly process session, just to try and keep that going somewhat. So yeah, I hope that you will be able to keep going with your weekly process session, whatever day and time you choose to do that. It's up to you, totally up to you. It doesn't have to be a Sunday evening. It would be good to hear from you actually, what time and day tends to work for you for your weekly process. Sunday evening just seems to work for me, but I know that doesn't work for everybody. So yeah, I am gonna say bye for now, and I hope you have a lovely week. I will still be sending out the newsletters and letting you know what's happening with the therapeutic journaling groups, and I will be back soon to do the lives. So yeah, I'll still be around. I'm just going to be working on doing some more groups, and I'll let you know about those in the newsletter. But for now, I wish you all the best, and I hope that you have a great holiday. If you're having a holiday coming up soon for Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a lovely one. Take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.